Hi guys, I was thinking today about how since I arrived on the JET program, some of the ALTs that I met when I first got here, including myself, have really advanced in their Japanese level. I haven't gone too much farther. I use basically the same Japanese that I learned before I got here. I'm just much more comfortable using it. But there's a lot of people who spoke no Japanese when they got here, and now since they've been here, they've begun speaking much more. They're much more confident. Even if they're just using 1 or 2 words at a time, they're throwing around Japanese when they previously had no experience with it. And so I wanted to address this topic because I know a lot of people who apply for the JET program are nervous or uncomfortable because they don't speak Japanese, that their Japanese level is very low, or even if they speak a moderate level, they're worried about it. So I just wanted to talk about real quick, do you need to be good at Japanese to enjoy your time here on the JET program? And the short answer to that is no. I don't think it's a big problem. And that's because in the application and the interview phase for the JET program, they explicitly say that you don't need Japanese skill to be considered. You don't need Japanese language skill to be part of the program. You can very much so come and apply and have no background in the language and still make it on the JET program. What they realize is that they want you as an English teacher, and that this is more of a cultural exchange for the students in Japan to meet someone who's a foreigner, and for the foreigner, us, the JET program applicants, to make connections with Japan and hopefully keep those connections in Japan. So not speaking Japanese is not a detriment, and it's not a detriment in the interview, and it's not a detriment here. When you come over, all the teachers will ask you, do you speak Japanese? They'll see what your level is. And if you don't speak any, they'll adjust accordingly to you so that they can communicate with you. They'll use simple English, they'll use simple Japanese, they'll do whatever they can to make your time there easier. Now, there is an expectation anyway that because you're a foreigner, you're gonna be bad, right? You're certainly not, in most cases, unless you've studied really hard or you have background learning Japanese or one of those things, that you're probably not fluent in the language. And so there's an expectation that we're just not gonna be that good anyway, and there's an expectation that any sort of Japanese that we can speak is going to be impressive. So if you come over not speaking Japanese and you begin to learn it, it's going to be a big deal for the teachers around you and the people around you as you do pick it up. And if you speak a moderate amount of Japanese and you can engage in conversation with your teachers and your students and people around town, you can go to the convenience store and order food, or order food at the restaurant, or go to your bank and ask for a bank transfer, or whatever it might be. If you can do those things in Japanese, it's going to make your life a lot easier. That being said, you should try to have a basic understanding of Japanese either before you arrive, in the very basic sense, like speaking maybe very rudimentary phrases like thank yous and pleases, asking questions, that sort of thing, just so that you have a very basic understanding of what people are asking you when they ask you questions. Or you can ask where things are as you learn words, or what something is as you learn more words. And also having a basic understanding of the writing system like hiragana and katakana, because even if you don't understand kanji, using translating apps or reading the hiragana above kanji can be really useful in figuring out what things are. Or just if you look at a menu and it says ham omelet, and you don't know the word for omelet in Japanese because it's in kanji, but the word ham is in katakana, it's ham something, and you know that there's ham in it, and you can experiment and try without being too scared. So once you arrive, you'll very quickly begin to learn through immersion, just by the fact that you're here and you're using a lot of the same words over and over again, and the teachers will repeat words to you in the classroom, and kids will come up to you and use the same words with you and ask you the same questions a bunch of times. How tall are you? How old are you? Where are you from? These sort of introductory phrases will kind of get drilled into you, and you'll very quickly begin to feel much better about speaking Japanese, just by the sheer fact that you're going to be forced to use it, that they're going to make you use it by engaging with you, in particular the kids, because they don't speak any English unless they've been practicing, or unless they're at a higher level like high school or middle school. And even then, they might want to speak to you in Japanese. That being said too, just because you don't speak a lot of Japanese doesn't mean you should be afraid of learning it or being afraid of being bad at it. Certainly being bad at Japanese can be intimidating and scary, and that's something that I've had to deal with a lot since I came here, when I was studying abroad, and then also since the JET program, because making mistakes can be scary, and making mistakes means that people might misunderstand you or something will be wrong. And I've made my fair share of mistakes and misunderstandings since I've got here. But through making those mistakes, not only do you learn more, but everyone will see that you're trying to learn and try to understand, and that'll kind of give you some respect in the community and with your teachers and that sort of thing, as they see that you're trying. And if they don't understand, they'll look like they don't understand. You know, just like if they try to speak English to you and obviously you don't understand what they're saying, you'll know right away that they'll know right away that you don't understand, and it'll be the same thing with you. For anything that's really complicated though, like if you have to file something really important, or you have to do something with your car, or you have to like, you know, go and do something really complicated, talking to your contracting organization or your school, they'll find someone to come and help you, or get you in touch with someone who can help you. And oftentimes, like, the other ALTs around you who are better at Japanese can either point you in the right direction or help you themselves with the task that is beyond your level in Japanese. So if you're not comfortable, there's usually someone who can help you as you're learning. So just because you come and you don't speak anything, or you speak just a little bit, it's not like you're going to have no resources to go on. You'll have people, you'll have friends, and you'll have your teachers and contracting organization who can back you up in those situations where you do need some level of Japanese. And then I want to reiterate this point one more time, but coming with a little bit of an understanding of Japanese will go incredibly far. Knowing how to say, like I said, where things are, or, you know, having some sort of reading comprehension will really, really help you in the long way, or in the long run. And so I think that's something that you should really focus on before you come here, and then maybe when you get here, really jamming that in. So I hope that video made sense. I kind of just went for like a really rambling, kind of off the top of my head kind of thing. I wanted to do this a little bit more abstractly today, instead of like cutting and redoing it a bunch of times. You know, whatever. But anyway, if you're coming over here and you don't have a lot of experience speaking Japanese, I hope this helps you calm down a little bit and not be as nervous when you come here. And even if you are nervous, try to embrace that anxiety and, you know, kind of move that energy into a really positive direction, so that when you do arrive, you can make the most of your time. Because it really is worthwhile once you can get interacting with Japanese people in Japanese. That's when it becomes really fun to be here. So guys, thanks a lot for watching. It means a lot if you guys leave comments or subscribe or like the video. I really, really appreciate it. And if you have any sort of questions about, you know, learning Japanese or my experience here or doing anything like that, leave a comment in the comment section down below, and I'll get back to you guys quickly, or as fast as I can. Thanks for watching, guys. I appreciate it. Bye-bye.